Hello, you beautiful darlings, and welcome to the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty card review. My name is Day9, and over the next several hours, I will tell you the exact nature of every single upcoming card when it hits standard. You'll learn, in deep, thorough, and flawless analysis, exactly when, where, why, and how cards will be used. Thanks to me. As we're going into this card review, I want to let you know, if none of you have ever seen this before, we are a bribe-friendly stream. So if at any point in time I rate a card and you disagree with it, just give me 5 gifted subs and tell me how you want me to re-rate it, and we will. Second, if you take this seriously, don't. These have increasingly devolved into just me talking for 7 hours. And it's a lot of fun. We're happy to have you here. Let's not get too riled up. And 3, if at any point I am ever wrong, feel free to clip it and link it to me when I'm streaming using one of those cards and losing. All right. Everyone ready? Everyone ready? Let's begin with Ancestral Katana. I have seen none of these cards, by the way. I've seen only the one that I previewed and tweeted a few days back. But all of these, we're going to get the first look at. I don't even know the mechanics. I've been so good about spoiler-freeing myself. And also something funny, the name of the set is Neon Dynasty. For a long time, I thought that it was actually Neon Destiny. Only like a few days ago did I learn that it's Neon Dynasty. I think I accidentally called it Neon Destiny and just said it for so many weeks in a row. Today I learned. Ancestral Katana, 1 and a white for artifact equipment. Already we know this is trash because it is an artifact equipment. Whenever a samurai or warrior you control attacks alone, you may pay 1. When you do, attach Ancestral Katana to it. Oh, equipped creature gets +2/+1. Oh my god, that's actually like pretty good. Ooh, that's like pretty. Ooh, I kind of like that. I think in limited, I would give this like a 3. That's actually a pretty big buff to pay 1. However, what do I think about it? Oh, it's whenever it attacks alone, and it's only Samurai or Warrior? 0 out of 5 constructed. 1 or 2 out of 5 limited. I'm sure there'll be some Samurai. I'm sure there'll be some Warriors. But that's all right. I think this is actually pretty good. I think this is actually pretty good. Give it 2 out of 5 in limited. There it is. Ayo. Ayo. I recently rewatched Beetlejuice, and let me tell you, I give Beetlejuice a 5 out of 5 in constructed. That is an unbelievably good movie. Ayo, the Dawn Sky. 3 and a pair of whites for a legendary dragon spirit. Flying Vigilance. When Ayo, the Dawn Sky dies, you can look at the top 7 cards of your library, put any number of non-land permanent cards with total mana value 4 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Okay. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Or you put 2+1/+1 counters on each permanent you control that's a creature or a vehicle. I'd give this a 5 in limited. And if this ever shows up in constructed, I want you to know that I'm deeply ashamed of you. Like, I sincerely judge you. If you're playing this in constructed and you're saying Ayo, you're totally cool in my book. You're totally cool. But this is a 5/4 flyer for 5. Always going to be good in limited. So good. And the art on this is fantastissimo. But, I mean, 5 is a lot for like an aggro deck that would want to make use of this thing. And just like putting a few counters on things. 0 out of 5 constructed. Moving on. Banishing Slash. Oh my god, a pair of whites. Destroy up to 1 target artifact, enchantment, or tapped creature. Then if you control an artifact and an enchantment, create a 2/2 white samurai creature token with vigilance. Oh no. Oh no. I can't believe I'm going to run 4 of these in my jank decks. Oh, I was hoping I'd have better tools available, but Jesus. Destroying 1 tapped creature at sorcery speed for double white is just not that good. But it also gets an artifact and an enchantment, which is actually pretty good in terms of the flexibility. And then if I need both an artifact and an enchantment to create a white samurai creature token, this is actually really interesting. McIntyre says, are bribes allowed? They're not just allowed, McIntyre, they're encouraged. Come on, this is a bribe-driven economy. What is the matter with you? We need an exclamation mark bribe with the bot, you know what I'm saying? In constructed, I can see the merit of this living in the sideboard in constructed. I'd give this a sideboard out of 5. The fact that it hits any tapped creature seems like but also it can occasionally just allow you to pick off an artifact or an enchantment. There you go. Bagush says, just compare this card to Divine Gambit. I will do no such thing. Divine Gambit is a trash card. All right. Befriending the Moths, already a fantastic name. 3 and a white. Target creature you control gets +1/+1 against flying until end of turn. Wow, that's kind of a pricey one. Exile the Saga, then return it to the battlefield transformed under your control. I didn't even know transformations were here. Is this Imperial Moth? It's a 2/4 flying. Oh my god, look at that art. Oh, yes. Oh, this card's design is so sick. It's a terrible card. It's a common saga that really feels like it should be less than common, right? Because rare is where you get the sick ones. Uncommons where you get the fringe ones. Common, this doesn't even belong. It belongs like one down from that, whatever that is. Perhaps it's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I will be making Yu-Gi-Oh jokes throughout the day. Played it earlier last week. Oh, it was good stuff. So, this already has 1% as much text as is on a Yu-Gi-Oh card, so I might give this one a Yu-Gi-Oh out of 5. Still needs some more text to be a Yu-Gi-Oh card. 4 mana to just give one thing flying. This is a constructed card. Get out of here. Get out of... Oh yeah, Rex Nubibus says ubiquitous rarity. Yeah. This is like the you own 5 of these, and you don't even know where they are, and you'll probably get another one at some point. I mean, one less than common is like in the battery drawer, you know? Someone asked me, do you have batteries? I'm like, absolutely, they're in the batteries drawer. If someone says, how many batteries do you have? You're like, I don't know, I just have batteries. So, I would give this a pretty low rating in constructed. I'd give it, I'd give it a Yu-Gi-Oh out of 5. Nice joke, Iceman. We're going to steal that and claim it as our own. Could be good in limited, as it's a way to just kind of ping-pong someone in the face, but it's only getting 1, which is nice in these sort of board state type thingies. They get all stale in limited. Blade Blizzard Kitsune. 2 and a white. God, the art in this is just absolutely gas out of 10. It's a 2/2 Devil Striker. You can ninjutsu it for 4, which is return an unblocked attacker you control to hand. Put this card onto the battlefield from your hand, tapped and attacking. The idea of ninjutsu is, ooh, look, I'm swinging with a 1/1. Surprise! I'm a 2/2 Double Striker. And you just swap it out for 4. It's really interesting sort of mechanic. Fire7 says, what do you think of the name of the set Neon is an element? Colorless but glowing red. Yeah, also the card because I donated 10. Fire7, I'm grateful for the 10 subs. I don't even know how to parse that sentence. It felt like every thought you had made it into the message. And I want that broken up for me a little bit. I can't think through things very quickly. That's why we're doing one card at a time. Blade Blizzard Kitsune. This is a limited card. I would never imagine seeing this ever in a constructed deck, ever under any circumstance, ever. Playing it for 3 as a 2/2 Double Striker? Boo! Ninjutsu doing for 4 in standard? No. Boo! I mean, we just lost Faceless Haven. You think I'm going to replace my Faceless Haven with a Blade Blizzard Kitsune? 0 out of 5 constructed, but I'd give this like a 3 in limited. I'd give it like a 3. It's potential to be removal. Potential to be a removal. Yeah, it's a Fox Ninja. It's so sick. Born to Drive. This looks like a really dolled up version of the guy in Mad Max. Fire7 donated 5 subs and says, okay then, what do you think about the name of the set? Neon Dynasty? Alright. Fire7 says, you sly fox. Thank you. We're going to interrupt this review of Born to Drive to talk about the fact that it's Neon Dynasty. I think that Wizards of the Coast are just the best in the world at naming shit. They're so good, except for Cleve. That was a weird name. They're so good at just naming things, right? Like, I mean, befriending the moths, and things get flying, and then you get a moth. Like, it's just the name and the flavor, it all matches. Let's see, Ancestral Katana, like, it's beautiful. All the theming and art and mechanics all work together. It's a symphony of design to see Wizards of the Coast at work. As an example of the naming not working out great, please check out my Yu-Gi-Oh! Names highlight video on my YouTube. Dark Lord Mary. Elemental Hero Rampart Blaster. It's so fucking... Harpy Lady number 2. Oh my god, it's so fucking funny. So the thing about Kamigawa already has sounds to it that even if you don't speak Japanese, your brain will pick up on these sort of phonemes and go, "Oh yeah, that sounds in a certain way, right?" And the same thing with Dynasty. Dynasties are typically used with a lot of, Eastern civilizations. Neon is a really, really specific word in English that really means and communicates neon signs, technology, it communicates the aesthetic. So, I really feel like it is an incredibly efficient way of communicating the sort of more, cyberpunk theme with the sort of, samurai ninja aesthetic theme. It's really efficient at doing it. So I think it's a brilliant name for the sake of communicating that. And I mean, there's already, some questions that I know a lot of people have when they're hands on hips. They're just like, are you ruining my game, Wizards? Are you ruining my game? Are you about to... Is every single character going to look like an anime character? I know I genuinely... There's lots of just concerned discussions. And as I like to say, it's fine to be concerned. It's fine to express concern. And then let's see what happens. Thus far, this has felt eminently magic. The fact that this has a neon glow to it, the fact that these, have that really beautiful Japanese art style to it, this sort of shape of this dragon, these are just brilliant ways to give nods to other aesthetics without departing from the Magic the Gathering aesthetic. It's fantastic. I'd give it a 10 out of 10 thus far. And I won't re-rate that. I really think that Wizards are goats. Born to Drive. All right, Mad Max fans. 2 and a white for an enchantment aura. Enchant artifact or creature. As long as enchanted permanent is a creature, it gets +1/+1 for each creature and or vehicle you control. Okay, so if I have 5 cars... I'm huge because of how many cars there are. Channel. 2 and a white. Discard Born to Drive. Create 2 1/1 colorless pilot creature tokens with this creature crews vehicles as though its power were 2 greater. Huh. Now, is channel instant speed? What's the channel mechanic? Is it instant speed? Is it sorcery speed? When can I channel? So I know it's uncounterable. By the way, don't ever fucking say yes to me. There's a chat delay. I'm like, is it instant speed? Is it sorcery speed? And 5 seconds later, someone's like, yes. Get out of here. It's an instant speed. Uncounterable. Damn, that's fucking good. Now everyone's saying yes. Why do I set myself up for these things? Why do I set myself up for these things? Can't even believe it. It's disgusting. All right. So it's cycling without the card draw. All right. So this mechanic actually seems fucking sick. The uncounterability. Ooh, it's so good. Yeah. So, Shadowcat says you brought this on yourself. Sorry, Shadowcat. I can't seem to see your message because you appear to have been timed out. Let's go ahead and just get that timeout going. There we go. Gone and back again. Wow, it's so crazy how hard it is to read things from people that have been timeouted. This card is really interesting because it's like an instant speed blocker. I mean, the fact that it gets +1/+1 for each creature seems pretty sick. It's not 0 out of 5 in construction. I would give it like an epsilon out of 5. For anyone who don't know, epsilon is the inverse of infinity. Infinity is a number, or it's bigger than all numbers, right? Epsilon is something that is smaller than all numbers, yet still above 0, right? This thing gets an epsilon out of 5 in constructed. I can imagine someone making this work in a deck somehow because the instant speed uncounterability seems sick. So I'm going to give it an epsilon out of 5. In limited, this seems like a 3. Seems like a perfectly good, solid way to make a thing huge. But most of the time, just to throw out some of these 1/1s that can actually crew things effectively. That seems nice. Brilliant Restoration. 3, white, 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 white. Return all artifact and enchantment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. 10 out of 10 in fucking constructed. This is the best constructed card I've ever seen. Get this in my stupid ass decks. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, Reanimator, but for artifacts and enchantments? Oh my god, where's some of that cycle garbage? Dude, fuck yes, we did it. We found the very first thing we gotta do. That's so good. Oh, dude, Brilliant Restoration is it. I mean, let me tell you, I love this. The art is absolutely spectacular. Oh. And the reason why I'm so excited about Brilliant Restoration is that I love running this artifact and enchantment garbage. Now I can put it in the graveyard and bring it back. Oh, I'm definitely going to make a deck out of this. Let's write this down. Mods, please remind me to make a deck out of this on Thursday when the set releases. Ugh. So, Joe Lock 314 and Serial GG both gifted 5 subs and says, Sean, please re-rate this card as a 0 out of 5. And the best way for me to do that is to evaluate this card accurately. When in Standard, has waiting for a 7-mana sorcery ever been good? I mean, technically, there is Approach of the Second Sun that says, win the game? I mean, and for just artifacts and enchantments, are we fucking kidding me? Since when have 7-mana spells... all the ultimatums? Okay, tough guys. Typically, we would say this card is trash because it requires 4 white, making it very restrictive. Really needs to run in a base white deck. And then also, it's just returning artifacts and enchantments from the grave to the battlefield. I think my approach of trying to rate this card accurately as a 0 out of 5 doesn't work. Everyone's like, Alrund's Epiphany was garbage. Ultimatums were bad. Approach of the Second Sun was running Standard. Get the fuck out of here, okay? Just close the stream and then reopen it on 2 different browsers. So that way we can get more views, which gives me all the money. I think that this is a powerful enough effect that I want to see this run. But the real reason why this is 0 out of 5 is that it's too bright for being day 9 yellow. It's too bright. There's a dragon on it, and dragons are one of the least cool animals in lore. Just universally, dragons are not cool at all. Are you kidding me? Like, I can think of a few things less cool than a fucking dragon, all right? So 0 out of 5. If you want something to be cool here, make like a really badass, like, elephant or something, right? Make it like an elephant or something cool. He's got tusks that, like, do this and shit. You can make him a demon elephant, so he has tusks like this and, like, horns like that. Darken it, so that way it's more orange, like day 9 yellow. This is a trash card. Oh, yeah, Kasparva's like a gelatinous cube. Yeah, just make, like, an abstract shape that looks like it's 1991 CGI and then put neon lights on it. Now we're talking a Timmy card. None of this dragon garbage. Brilliant Restoration. More like boring restoration, am I right? Who watches Antiques Roadshow? All right, moving on. Trash Unlimited, though. Cloud Steel Kirin. 2 and a white for an artifact creature. Equipment Kirin. Flying. Equipped creature has flying, and you can't lose the game, and your opponents can't win the game. What? Reconfigure 5. Attach target creature you control, or unattached from a creature. Reconfigure only as a sorcery. While attached, this isn't a creature. Huh. So, this is like, it's a 3/2, and if I equip it on a creature, it just has flying and has those stats, but when the creature dies, it returns to being a creature. Fuck, that's sick. So imagine I have some babies. So like a 1/1 and a 1/1 and a 1/1, and I equip Cloudsteel Kirin onto one of the 1/1s. Then my opponent casts a sweeper, everything dies. My Cloudsteel Kirin that was an equipment now comes back as a 3/2 with flying. Oh, shit. That's fucking sick. Oh, my God. Creatures don't get stats or flying. They do get the flying. It says equipped creature has flying. And you can't lose the game, and your opponents can't win the game. Oh, that's interesting. Artifice 6 says, can you attach to an indestructible creature for the memes? You sure can, Artifice 6. Oh my god, 4 out of 5 constructed. This is sick, sick, sick. Dude, a 3/2 flyer for 3? Get in my constructed shit. Are you kidding me? This is awesome. I fucking love this. Limited? Get out of town. You're gonna want to run this shit in limited. Imagine one flyer pinging for 1 each turn. You're at negative 30 life, and you're just headbutting your opponent in the face. There it is. 5 out of 5 in limited. I might give it a 5 out of 5 in constructed, but it really depends on how much money my viewers have. But I'm going to stick with a 4 out of 5. Oh my gosh, this is sick. This is sick, 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 sick. Holy shit, we are going slow, aren't we? We've done 8 cards. Dragonfly suit. Dragonfly suit. Uh-oh, wait a minute. We did our computations wrong. Look at the number here. It's 4/302. See this? 4 out of 302, 4 out of 302, 4 out of 302, 4 out of 302. So we actually have well more than 302 cards. Crap. All right, Dragonfly suit. Flying. 2 and a white. Crew 1. Not bad, actually. Not bad. A flying 3/2 for 3? Not bad. I'd actually give it like a 2 in constructed. I actually think this is like a reasonable card. The thing that's nice about this is that it makes for a very sweeper-proof white weenie deck. You can play a relatively garbage 1/1 creature or small creature later, tap it, Dragonfly in. Dude, yeah, for any of you that were concerned, look at this. This is literally like a samurai mech. Isn't that incredible? It's a samurai mech. And yet it looks distinctly Magic the Gathering. It's so good. It's so good. They did it. They're incredible. It's fantastic. I think this is quite good and constructed. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5. White Weenie and Mono Green were really good up until Faceless Haven got nerfed. It just seems more reasonable. Sarlux says it requires a crew of 1 to be a creature, though. Exactly. You get swept, and that's what I was saying. You play like a 2/1 later, and then you tap the 2/1. Turn it comes out, and boom, you start swinging in the skies, which is great. This is probably going to make it into one of my decks. Limited, I give it like a 3/4. It seems very, very strong in limited, where you can just keep smashing someone in the face. Well, a bit of a concern in limited is that this is a 3/2, so it doesn't block very well. It's really an offensive thing, so maybe a 2 in both. What is the first set of letters? This is like one of your names. Like, what is this? Eiganjo? Or is it an eigen? Like an eigenvector? Or is it eigenho? Exemplar? What is this fucking word? Eiganjo. Eiganjo. Rhymes with hi, banjo. That's 0 out of 5. The name is too weird. I haven't read any other pieces to the card. It's weird. Eiganjo. Yeah, Goblinberg. This is an Eiganjo exemplar. It's 1 in white. Enchantment creature, human samurai. Whenever a samurai or warrior you control attacks alone, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Very good limited card. This is a sensational limited card. Excuse me. Yeah. Eiganjo. Yeah, I think Eiganjo is actually pretty good limited. I'd give it a 3. It's a 2/1, and normally having 2 power things in the 2-drop slot is nice. And whenever this attacks alone, it becomes a 3/2. Very good for just dealing the damage early. And if you feel like you can't attack, and later you have a 3/3, it can swing and become a 4/4, which is often enough. It's also an enchantment creature, which I think is a cool design. So I'd give it a 5 out of 5. Always happy to see this kind of stuff in here. Yeah, doesn't seem constructed worthy. Era of Enlightenment for 2. Ooh, 2 mana sagas. Scry 2, you gain 2 life. Exile this saga, then return to the battlefield transformed under your control. A 2/2 with first strike. How do you evaluate this card? Is this a question mark out of 5? Also, someone's a big Avatar: The Last Airbender fan, probably. I love this fish who's just like getting absolutely blazed right now, man. He's just, look at this fish. This fish is living it up, man. Yeah, I mean, for an aggro list, this wouldn't work. For a control list, maybe. I mean, a 2/2 first striker is good defensive. But, I think we should go to Del Taco on Tuesday. Yeah, I think that this is probably a trash card. It's a 0 out of 5. I think it's going to be fine and limited. It scries, it heals, it summons a first striker. It seems fine and limited. It seems fine. I give it like a 2, like a 1, like a 2. Lord Hippie says you could combo this with ninjutsu. Scry 2, gain 2, exile, swing with this. This is a human monk, so it doesn't work. It needs to be a ninja that you're attacking with. I don't know. The Fall of Lord Conda. 2 and a white. Exile. Oh, ninjutsu is just any unblocked attacker. That's right. Most of the creatures with ninjutsu have ninja or samurai. That makes sense. So I'd give this a 0 in all categories. I mean, it actually seems pretty reasonable and limited. You swing, you send it back, and then you get to scry and gain, and I'm high and back. You know, it's so fine. The Fall of Lord Conda. 2 and a white. Exile target creature and opponent controls. Main value 4 greater. Okay, this is a 5 in constructed. Each player gains control of all permanents they own. Great. Exile the Saga, then return to the battlefield transformed. Like this for 3 is great. Defender. When Fragment of Conda dies, draw a card. Oh my god, dude, I think this is great. This is a great card, man. Oh my god. It's like... What was the 5-mana enchantment that everyone ran in white? What's the name of it? It's ECD. I don't remember what the... Oh yeah, Elspeth Conquers Death. This is like a baby Elspeth. This is sick. When it comes back and you redraw, I'd give this 5. I think this is going to be a staple, I think. 4 is a little bit high. Creature is a little bit restrictive, but I mean running 2? Running in the sideboard? Oh, fuck yeah. This card's going to be hot plasma. Exile is a really important keyword lately. It's really, really important. There's a lot of on-death triggers. There's a lot of brain stuff back from the battlefield. This is fantastic. Farewell. 10 out of 5. The best card that we've seen yet. Oh my god, that's fucking incredible. Look at this art. This is beautiful. Archie says HFS. That stands for holy fucking shit. This is a 10 out of 10. This is a 6-mana exile. All artifacts, all creatures, all enchantments, all graveyards. I mean, this is like a few words shy of a world fire. Okay? Oh my god, this card's busted. Ooh, stupid shit control is back on the menu. God. I mean, what do you want me to say? Oh my god, that's ridiculous. Come on over, little kitten. Hey, buddy. Hi, buddy. Come here. Come on. This is my cat. This cat I give a 5 out of 5 to. Throne Chair just gifted 5 subs. If you make me try to re-rate this cat as not a 5, I will ban you from the chat. Oh, no, you want me to re-rate Farewell? 0 out of 5. A 6-mana sweeper? I mean, let's be honest. Who would pay 6 mana to exile all the graveyards? These are effects that we already get on Doomscar for cheaper. Doomscar, you can make like 3 mana. Would I rather cast Doomscar twice in one turn or Farewell once? Obviously, Doomscar twice. I mean, get out of here. Farewell, choose one or more. I didn't cast the card to make more choices, all right? This is one of the reasons why I do ramp decks with big creatures. I have nothing but land and one big fat green character in the list. Shut up. This is my alarm that went off to remind me to play Wordle. I'm that guy. Farewell is trash. I don't even like saying goodbye in real life. Why would I want to say goodbye on a card 4 times in my deck? 0 out of 5. Won't see it in constructed because people will still be winning with mono green. All right. Go Shintai of Shared Purpose. 3 and white. Look at that art. What an incredible marriage of abstract geometric imagery and a sort of traditional painterly style. I mean, normally you see those in like different illustrations. It's a legendary enchantment creature shrine. 1/3 vigilance. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay 1. If you do, create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token for each shrine you control. Huh. Oh no. Oh no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is like a 3 for me. Because it's a 4-mana creature where you have to spend more mana to make spirits, but like... I'm assuming there's more shrines. A 5-color shrines list. Are we gonna run this? Alright, put another note. Put another mark on your calendars. We have the shared purpose, which is to run a stupid shrine jank deck. This is so good. Oh my god. Voideka says, also there's a ruling saying that shrine is the enchantment type. It has no creature type. Incredible. Juice Willis just gifted us 5 subs. What you need, Juice? Juice? Juice Willis, are you trying to be nice? You're trying to bribe me. You'll let me know. Yeah, I actually think that there's anything that is able to create like tokens in multiplicity just gets me excited. Juice Willis TV gifted 5 subs that says, rename this card as a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Yes. This would be like Triangle Lord. Yeah, it would probably be something like Mega Triangle Lord number 5. That's probably what I would go for. Or Triangle Shrine Boy. Pandora Starbreeze says Golden Triangle Lord. No, that actually makes too much sense. This were a Yu-Gi-Oh card. It would absolutely be something like Triangle Lord of Golden Arms. It would be slightly awkward. Yeah, Metatronic Datatron is one of my favorite ones. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, and this would, of course, be like a synchro type that you could synchro summon if you had a tuner. Golden Tail Disciple, 2 and a white for a 2/3 with lifelink. This is a dreg card. Is the art good? Yes. Will we remember its gameplay? No. Hot Shot Mechanic, a single white. Hot Shot Mechanic cruise vehicles as though its power were 2 greater. Oh, shit, a 2/1 for 1? Oh. Pyrosoul Boy says this would be named Geometric Yellow Blaster. That is it. That's the fucking name. That's so good. Yeah, no, I think this is a 4. I think it's a 4 out of 5. This is an astounding stat line. 2/1 for 1. Anytime there's a 2/1 for 1, it's minimum of 3 in constructed. Minimum. And this has the upside of being able to crew big vehicles. So you could have just a hot shot mechanic and play a huge vehicle, crew it, smash right in. Because it's crewing as though its power were 2 greater. So it can crew for 4. It's really, 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 really good. It's incredible. Imperial Oats. I really prefer with my coffee to have Imperial Oats. For 5 and a white, create 3 2/2 white samurai creature tokens with vigilance, scry 3. Ah, yes, Rise of the Ants becomes Rise of the Oats. This is a limited card. It's a nice, expensive thing that can just make a little bit of a wall, let you scry 3. This seems very, very nice and limited. I'd give it like a 3. 6 mana for a high end that sets you up for the next turn. This would, if this were a Yu-Gi-Oh card, it would be called Blade Pair because there's 3 of them. Imperial Recovery Unit, 2 and a white. Whenever Imperial Recovery Unit attacks, return target creature or vehicle from your card, or Turn target creature or vehicle card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battle. God, why can't I read? My mouth is like, let me handle this, Sean. I know what it's going to say. Whenever Imperial Recovery unit attacks, return target creature or vehicle card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Crew 2. 5? 5 in constructed? That's fucking incredible. It's a 3/4 for 3. It doesn't have flying, but it's a 3/4 for 3. I mean, let me tell you, in constructed, when you have control decks that have proper empty boards, and you are mono white weenie and you swing, and then your opponent sweeps, and then you play the Imperial Recovery, or you play a creature, crew the Imperial Recovery unit, smash into the face. I mean, I would give 4 or 5. This is incredible. This is incredible. And look at this. This is exactly how a child holds the class rabbit. Right? Just like so cautiously. This is incredible. Yeah, and guess what? Hotshot Mechanic works amazingly with the Imperial Recovery unit. I mean, it's just amazing. Imperial Subduer. 2 and a white for a 3/2. Or Samurai Warrior, you control attacks alone. Tap target creature you don't control. That is a nice card. That is a nice card. Limited is going to be a lot of whenever a thing attacks alone, buff the thing. You get a sort of stale, dry board. You swing and you're like tapping 2 cards and getting +2/+2. I mean, that's sick. That's great. Imperial Subduer. Oh, and the fans. Oh, it's so fucking good. Intercessor's Arrest. Intercessor. 2 and a white, enchant permanent. Enchanted permanent can't attack, block, or crew vehicles. Its activated abilities can be activated unless they're mana abilities. This is going to be a limited card that I'll always end up picking early, and I'll be upset because it never quite feels as strong as it should be. It's just, it's a disable card, right? This is like, your usual prison effect. This is fine. This is like, whatever. Oh, dude. This is super cool. I mean, that's super cool. This is, oh my god. Okay, like, tell me, in your sci-fi fiction, like, yesterday I was playing Sam & Max Save the World, and there's a moment where they're in cyberspace. And you know how there's, like, the little tickers that just sort of, like, float by the holographic images, or if you watched Altered Carbon, where there's, like, the floating banners. And even in real life, we have things that look kind of like this. Attaching them to, something that kind of like that old ancient scroll look. Merging those two together is just fucking really clever. Wow. This hits Manlands, right? Yes, but they banned Faceless Haven, so it doesn't matter. This feels meh. It's like whatever. It's like It's like a 0 in constructed. It'll be limited. It's fine. Invoke Justice. It's 1 white. Return target permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield, then distribute 4 +1/+1 counters among any number of target creatures and or vehicle target player controls. Wait, it's not even distribute 4 counters among target creatures. It's just distribute 4 counters among any creatures and or vehicles target player controls. Shit. This art is incredible. Everyone was worried it's just wrong. Everyone was worried about, like, oh, what if it's too much like anime? What if it's not like magic art? Literally wrong. This is fucking sick. This is like perfect. I mean, it's expensive. It only returns 1 target permanent. This is a 5 in limited. I mean, that is really good in limited. Constructed, this is like a -5 out of 5. You run this in constructed, you're trash. You're just like a complete trash can. You're bad. This art is astounding. I mean, this is beautiful. 4 white pips means unplayable. Damn right, Ethernet. Yeah, it's a 0. It's fucking terrible. White is hard to hit in limited. It feels easier to hit in limited than in constructed. I mean, this is impossible. This is so bad. Kitsune Ace. 1 and a white for a 2/2. Whenever a vehicle you control attacks, that vehicle gains first strike until end of turn. Untap Kitsune Ace. Zero out of 5 constructed, right? 0 out of 5. Yeah, that's a 0 out of 5 constructed. That's terrible. Um, Limited, again, I think that there's going to be a lot of board clogging, limited type stuff in white where you just kind of clog up and then you attack with something and then your other friends buff it. That seems fine. Kyodai, Soul of Kamigawa, 3 and a white for a legendary dragon spirit. That's a 3/3. Flash, flying. Ooh. When Kyodai, Soul of Kamigawa enters the battlefield, another target permanent gains indestructible for as long as you control Kyodai. Oh my god, the art is so good in this thing, dude. Oh my god, it's so good. Jesus. This is a very good card. It's a good save. So I have a question. Suppose someone casts a sweeper. In response, I play Kyodai, and I target one of my other creatures. The sweeper resolves. Kyodai is destroyed. The destroy effect on the indestructible creature, I believe that happens, but it's indestructible in that moment, so it lives, and then when it leaves the battlefield, that creature is no longer indestructible, but it was indestructible at the moment of destruction. Unless it's a damage sweeper. I think that's right. Because if it's like deal 3 damage and then it's, you know, its toughness is -2. If it's indestructible, the toughness of -2 doesn't matter. Or not the toughness is -2, but it's like received a total that would bring it to the -2. All right. All right, 0 out of 5, total garbage. This is like a commander card. Commander players love this. Commander players are just like, oh, I can have like a white commander and then like use all the 5 colors of the mana. Oh. But this card is bad. I mean, technically, you can, like, flash it in. Maybe if I'm, like, a control deck against a control deck, and I'm, like, doing this at end of turn to, like, flash us in to have, like, a flyer or some shit like this. But this seems so bad. It seems, like, so trash. It's upsetting to see Kyodai. He's not the soul of Kamigawa. He's like, sort of the... He's, like, the mayor that everyone was, like, I guess will vote for because, like, no one else is running against him. He's just, like, not good. 3/3 flash flyers, get out of here. I don't even care. Light the way. 1 white. Choose 1 +1/+1 counter on target creature or vehicle. Return target permanent you control to its owner's hand. Oh, that's a flexible little one. That's a flexible little one. I think Light the Way is actually pretty good. This seems like a flexible little one, doesn't it? This is only good and limited. Yeah, no, here's the thing. This is like a fucking trash card in Constructed because it's a whole card. It's extremely efficient. It's extremely cheap. Can do a lot of good stuff. But do you want to spend a whole card doing that in Constructed when it could just be a powerful creature that like does some of these effects anyways? No. 0 out of 5 Constructed. This is the kind of card that I feel like historically I would have undervalued in Limited, but increasingly I think it's really, really good. I was watching a lot of Sam Black using these kinds of cards incredibly effectively. Returning things or instant speed buffing, you know, just there's a lot of flexibility here. You can +1/+1 counter and block to eat a creature, so this is like a pseudo removal spell that actually leaves a +1/+1 counter. Or if there's some sort of save that you need against removal, I think it's great in Limited. Light Pause, Emperor's Voice. 1 and a white for a Fox Advisor. Whenever an aura enters a battlefield under your control, if you cast it, you may search your library for an aura card with mana value less than or equal to that aura and with a different name than each aura you control. Put that card onto the battlefield attached to Light Pause. Oh my god, that's so good. And the fox has 7 tails. That's so fucking good. Oh my god, that's so good. I mean, this is a really sick card. So, like, if you play this on turn 2, then turn 3, you play a 3 mana aura onto Light Pause. You then just search your library for another 3 mana aura and put on Light Pause. So, let's see. Would the second aura also trigger the effect? No, because it says whenever an aura enters the battlefield, if you cast it. So that way that stops the chain. This is good. This is really, really good. And there's no once per turn. So you could, like, play this on turn 2, and then on turn 3, cast 1 mana, 1 mana, 1 mana aura. Summon 1 mana, 1 mana, 1 mana aura. Yeah, that's really good. That's really, really good. I'd give this a 4 in constructed. You need a build around it. It's narrow use, but I'd still give it a 4, and I'd give it like probably also a 4 in limited. I really like this. I really like this. Zamru says, "What would this card be in Yu-Gi-Oh?" This would be let's see here. What would this be? I think we might call this card Foxodia. Foxodia, yeah. This would be Fox Woman of mythic proportions. I like Foxodia. Foxodia's really good. Hey, Fire7 just gifted 5 subs. Thanks, Fire7. Would you like to bribe? You dare bribe me? We'll just accept that warmly. Yeah, I mean, I think this is actually, like, quite good. Lion Sash. 1 and a white for an equipment cat. We've only done 26 fucking cards. Are you kidding me? I'm horrible at doing this fast. 1 and a white for a 1/1. Exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a permanent card, put a +1/+1 counter on Lion Sash. Okay. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each +1/+1 counter on Lion Sash. Whoa! So this is a white scavenging ooze that you can attach to a thing. I don't think it's that good. Doesn't that feel good to say? I don't think it's that great. This card is not that great. I mean, it's going to be good and limited. But, like, the problem I have with Lion Sash, same problem I have with, like, you know, Scavenging Ooze. Scavenging Ooze is, like, solid. But Scavenging Ooze starts as a 2/2 instead of as a 1/1. And that's a big difference. That's a big difference. Seems like a useful sideboard card with some conditions. Yeah, I'd give it like a 1 in constructed. This seems like really narrow. See, Scoos and standard again. Dude, Scavenging Ooze very, very, very critically is a 2/2 compared to a 1/1. The fact that this can exile at instant speed and put +1/+1 counters has a lot of good graveyard hate. But yeah, I'd give it a 2. I just don't think it's that good. Lucky Offering. Oh, 1 white. Destroy target artifact with mana value 3 or less. You gain 3 life. This is a sideboard card, and I love it, because look at that cat. Oh, my God. March of Otherworldly Light. Oh, my God. Look at this. This is like a Salvador Dali-esque use of, like, color and arrangement. This is, like, so good. Has flavors of Ghibli in there, too. I mean, this is stunning. As an additional... Okay, what is this? X and white as an additional cost to cast a spell. You may exile any number of white cards from your hand. The spell costs 2 less to cast for each card exiled this way. Exile target artifact, creature, or enchantment with mana value extra less. This has got to be really good. This is okay. Ooh, this is tough. Like, in limited, this is just going to be solid. But, like, okay, so let's look at the last line of text. The last line of text basically says, if you exile a card from your hand, you can wind up with or if you don't exile anything from your hand, you just pay the X. It's exile an artifact, creature, or enchantment. That's really good flexibility. It's instant. It's great. It gets a strong rating limited. It's the additional cost. So if I have like 1 white available and I exile 2 cards from my hand, I can immediately blast something that costs 4. But then I'd sack 2 cards in my hand. I think in the really old formats, in formats like Modern or Legacy or Vintage, your opponents often need like 3 cards that together pop off and do something crazy. The fact that you could like instant speed deny that and shut that down, it doesn't matter that you've lost 2 cards. It doesn't matter at all because you've negated the full combo. But the fact that March of Otherworldly Light, oh god. The fact that Otherworldly Light requires you to exile from your hand, yeah, I don't think this is actually going to make it in Constructed. At least this portion. I think 90% of the time in Constructed is just for the you pay X. Yeah, I'd give it like a 1 or a 2 in Constructed, because frankly, just having an instant speed to exile a creature this expensive might be good, but still seems not very good. I'm going to give it a 1. Yeah, it'd be good against tokens. ZQ says, this is actually insane in Construct. Consider Lurrus of the Dream Den decks. Those aren't in Standard. I'm talking about Standard. Again, I said in older formats. I mean, I just got done saying in older formats, I actually think that there's some legitimate use with regards to the or exiling stuff from your hand. Because your opponent can just sometimes have huge combos and you just pick it off right away. But in Standard, I think that this is too prohibitive, this top one. So I was saying that in Standard, I think that this is just largely going to be the X cost. Michiko's Reign of Truth, 1 and a white. Target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each artifact and or enchantment you control. Portrait of Michiko goes +1/+1 for each artifact or enchantment you control. So this is an enchantment creature, so it's +1. It's a 1/1 by default. I mean, no, 0, 0, 0, get out of here, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, no, no, no. No, 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 I think this is not it. This is not it. Mothrider Patrol, 1 white. For a flyer, tap a creature, it's a limited card. Let's look at the art, it's admirable. Norika Yamazaki, the poet. Norika Yamazaki, the poet. 2 and a white. 3/2 for vigilance. Whenever Samurai or Warrior you control attacks alone, you may cast target enchantment card from your graveyard this turn. Huh. Ooh. This seems like a huge enabler in Limited. This seems like the card. This seems like the card. Because it's just whenever a Samurai or Warrior you control attacks alone. So, for instance, if you have cards like this that you can bring back in Limited, this could be pretty good. Way too clunky for Standard, so 0 there. Regent's Authority, 1 white. Instant target creature gets +2/+2 till end of turn. If it's an enchantment creature or legendary creature, instead put a +1/+1 counter on it, and it gets +1/+1 till end of turn. Interesting. Beautiful art. God, the art is just 10 out of 10. It's so good, this art. I love the art. The art is just fantastic. Yeah, just 0. This is just limited dregs. Just good stuff. Repel the Vile. Exile target creature with power 4 or greater. Exile target enchantment. This is really expensive for these effects. This is a limited card. Not going to see Standard play. The Restoration of Aiganjo, 2 and a white. Search your library for basic planes, reveal it, put it into your hand. Okay. You may discard a card. When you do, return target permanent card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Ah. Exile it and return to the battlefield as a 3/4 whenever Architect of Restoration attacks or blocks. Create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token. Yeah, it's great. It's perfectly acceptable. You may discard a card. When you do, return target permanent card with mana value 2 or less. That could be a land. You discard a land, put it right back onto the battlefield. Yeah. Lands don't have a mana value. They have a mana value of 0, which is probably what you were saying. Touche Johnson says, Peeps, dumb question. I assume that this is Magic the Gathering Arena. These are the standard Magic cards, so both paper and Arena is fine. I mean, this is great. This is actually really nice. I really like this card. I'm going to give it a 5 in Constructed. I think it's terrific. For limited, this also seems good. It's 3 mana for an eventual 3/4 that makes stuff. Selfless Samurai, 1 and a white. Whenever a Samurai Warrior you control attacks alone, it gains lifelink until end of turn. Sacrifice another target creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. Okay. I actually think that Selfless Samurai is going to be very strong and limited. This effect was already something that was good in Constructed Standard in the past. Being able to attack and gain lifelink is occasionally nice in race scenarios, but mainly I think that this is the good effect. There's a lot of like anti-sweeper tech in white. A lot of anti-sweeper tech. Yes, this is the doggo with the sword. Seven-Tailed Mentor. 3 and a white for a 2/3. Seven-Tailed Mentor enters the battlefield or dies. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature or vehicle you control. Excellent. Wow. When it enters the battlefield or dies, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature or vehicle you control. Fine and limited. It's fine and limited. There's a lot of these white, like, 4 mana 2/3s that hit the battlefield and then, like, give +1/+1 to something, or like Gavany Silversmith, something like that. You know, I think they're always fine. They're always fine to have. Skyblessed Samurai, it's 6 and a white. Yes. Costs 1 less to cast for each enchantment you control. Oh, shit. Am I really going to try to make this work? Oh, I don't want to try to make this card work, but I might have to. Look at that little bug. Look at that little bug. I mean, I know he's a big bug, but look, he's just so cute and round. What a little sweet mothy baby. Oh. Oh, 0 out of 5 Constructed. I mean, it's just, like, outrageously expensive for just a 4/4 flyer, and I have to have a bunch of enchantments. Only if it's a bunch of enchantment creatures. But even then, a 4/4 flyer that's vanilla is just not constructed material. Spirited Companion. Oh. It's an enchantment dog. 5 out of 5. When Spirited Companion enters the battlefield, draw a card. Oh, he's a good boy. Oh my god, I love him. Oh, what a good baby. He's perfect for crewing vehicles. He can fly the battle mechs. He brings me good cards. It's a 5 out of 5. I love it. Elvish Visionary, except not trash. Look at the Spirited Companion. What a good dog. I love this card. Actually, this card's very solid in white limited as well. Maybe even a 3. Is that uncommon? No, it's common. Sunblade Samurai. 4 and a white for a 4/4 with Vigilance. Channel 2, discard Sunblade Samurai, search your library for a basic Plains card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. You gain 2 life. Huh. I mean, that's pretty good. I'm getting some eye strain. That's why I keep just like, doing this sort of stuff. I think I got to get my vision checked. Also, when it's really dry, and it's been really dry lately, my vision always gets a little bit different. Like, changes a little bit. So this is unbelievably expensive for a 4/4 with Vigilance. Like, this is just not that great. But being able to just environmental sciences is pretty good. I would never run this in Constructed. Never in a million years. Put some water on your oculars. I'm going to, Crawdaddy. Once we get to the end of white. I'm going to take a quick breakaroni. Yeah, it's just not that good. This is probably fine in a limited. Not constructed, Touch of Spirit Realm. Oh my god, look at the art! Oh my god, it's so good! 2 and a white! Touch of Spirit Realm enchantment. When Touch of Spirit Realm enters battlefield, exile up to 1 target artifact or creature until it leaves the battlefield. You can discard Touch of Spirit Realm, exile target artifact or creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Ooh, that's a flexible little one, huh? This is incredibly interesting. This is incredibly interesting. The reason I think it's very interesting is that sometimes when you're white, you just need one more turn to get to a sweeper. So if they're attacking you for lethal and you channel to just like exile something temporarily and then sweeper next turn, that's kind of interesting. It's not as good as Banishing Light's flexibility. Banishing Light just hits any permanent, any non-land permanent. So I don't know. Touch of Spirit Realm, I'd give it, let's give it a 2 in constructed. Maybe a 1 in constructed. And then in limited, yeah, I'd probably rate it as like a 3. Wanderer's Intervention, 1 and white. Wanderer's Intervention deals 4 damage to attacking or blocking creature. Good old standard staple. I don't mean standard constructed, I mean like limited. This is like a staple kind of card. And I love the name Jin Gataxius. It's one of the sweetest names ever. There's been a ton of these. I mean, they're always fine in limited. Constructed, I don't know. I've been wanting some white instant speed removal. The Wandering Emperor. 2 and a pair of whites. Love Planeswalkers. Flash! As long as the Wandering Emperor enter the battlefield this turn, you may activate her loyalty abilities. At any time, you may cast an instant. Ooh. Put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature against first strike. Create a 2/2 white samurai creature token with vigilance, or -2. Exile target tapped creature, you gain 2 life. 5, baby. 5, baby. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. Oh. The Wandering Emperor is so good. This is so good. I'm just giving it 5s across the board. The reason this, I think, is so good is that you can play it at end of turn and just make a 2/2, and then boom, it's your turn again. You +1 it, and you swing in. Or if you're up against an aggro list, you can flash this in and -2 to exile tapped creature. Then Wandering Emperor is safe, and then you can like play a creature, +1/+1 the creature. It now has a first strike till end of turn. It has first strike till end of turn, but it keeps the +1/+1 counter on it. Yeah. This is so great. Oh, that's so good. This is so good. This is so flexible. It's 5s across the board. I love it. Come here. Come here. I love you too. Come here. Come here. Come on. Where are you going? We have our cat. This is the Wandering Empress right here. I love this cat. Do you love me? You seem mildly annoyed. This card kicks ass. I love the Wandering Emperor, man. This is sick. When we were young. 3 and a white. Up to 2 target creatures each get +2/+2 until end of turn. If you control an artifact and an enchantment, those creatures also gain lifelink. Nah. I mean, it's a limited card because this can kind of be like a 3-for-1. You swing with 2 creatures, they go block, and then you, when we were young, them. Oh my god, not constructed at all, but ooh, I'm in love with this. All right, we did it. We did all the white cards in 1 hour and 5 minutes. I need to use the restroom. And when we come back, we're going to do blue. Acquisition Octopus. What the fuck is the name of this card? I think we have some Yu-Gi-Oh! Bleed. Acquisition Octopus? Artifact creature, equipment octopus. Jesus Christ. I'll be right back. Oh my god. It's time. All right, it's time to do Acquisition Octopus. If you're wondering why my eyes are a little moist, I put in eye drops and then burst into tears. Checking out the blue pieces. By the way, we have a couple all-star cards which we're going to be getting real excited for, such as the return all enchantments and artifacts to the graveyard. Let's see, or from the graveyard to the battlefield. Let's see if any of these are in blue. Acquisition Octopus 2 and a blue. When Acquisition Octopus or equipped player... I can't read. Whenever Acquisition Octopus or equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Hey. Reconfigure 2. Okay. That's not bad. I think it's really bad in Constructed, but I think it's all right. I think it's overall all right. I think it's okay. 1 in Constructed, probably 0, but this seems like super solid limited. Like super solid limited. Anchor to reality. 2 and a pair of blues. What is this thing? What is this thing? Look, this is the same thing here. Look, it's the same thing again, I think. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice an artifact or creature. Oh. Search your library for an equipment or a vehicle card. Put that card to the battlefield and shuffle. If it has mana value less than the sacrifice permanent's mana value, scry 2. Huh. So, sorcery speed, I can sack a creature and just put an equipment or vehicle card onto the battlefield. So, we, in theory, could sack a creature, pay 4, and get like a 10 mana equipment or vehicle. I have no idea how good this card is, because I don't know how good the equipments or the vehicles are. I'm going to give this a question mark out of 10. Like, this thing seems... you know what? It seems like it's trash. Seems like it's trash. But we'll probably run it in limited and be happy about it. Yeah, where's my Parhelion at, huh? Arm Guard Familiar. 1 and a blue. Look at that little guy. I don't know how they did such a good job unifying this more geometric, abstract look into sort of more traditional illustrations. It's incredible. Ward 2, love it. Equipped creature gets +2/+1 and has Ward 2. Love it. Reconfigure 4. Wow. Doesn't have flying, even though the Arm Guard Familiar looks a little bit like it should have wings. I don't know. Meh, I give it a meh. I thought it was an owl. I thought it was an owl at first. You're right, last argument, 887. How is this not an owl? 0 out of 5. I think that's a reasonable estimation. This should be an owl. This should be an owl. It should fly. A 2/1 with Ward 2 is pretty sick. It looks like zeros across the board. Awakened Awareness, X and a pair of blues. God, that's so sick. Enchant artifact or creature, right? When Awakened Awareness enters the battlefield, put X +1/+1 counters on Enchanted Permanent. Okay. As long as Enchanted Permanent is a creature, it has base power and toughness 1/1. Oh, this is a weird limited card. What you do is if your opponent has a big creature, you pay blue, and you turn their creature into a 1/1. If they don't have something that you want to get rid of, you make X = 6 and make one of your own creatures get +6/+6. It's a limited card. This is just it's just a blue card that is like tap target creature. This is just a disabler. It's fine. It's like 2 out of 5 limited. That's all there is to it. All there is to it. No interesting combos here. Behold the unspeakable. Creatures you control get -2/-0 until your next turn. Or you don't control, get -2/-0 until your next turn. Common mechanic. Love it. If you have 1 or fewer cards in hand, draw 4 cards. Otherwise, scry 2, then draw 2 cards. Wow. Exile this saga and flip it. Vision of the Unspeakable. Ooh, this reminds me of scary stories to tell in the dark. Flying, trample. Vision of the Unspeakable gets +1/+1 for each card in your hand. Oh. I mean, this is a pretty good saga. This is pretty good. It's like 3 or 4. I mean, it's pretty good. This is a pretty good saga, is it not? Is it not? It's a flampler. It's a drawing flampler. It's incredible. I mean, that seems pretty good. I'd give it a 3 out of 5 in Constructed. I give it a 5 out of 5 in Limited. I mean, this is incredible. Disable the creatures, draw a shitload, total bomb in Limited, and then flample your way in. Jesus. Covert Technician. I'm here to unplug and plug your internet back in again. 2 and a blue for a 2/4 with Ninjutsu 2. Wow, that is a cheap Ninjutsu. Okay, whenever Covert Technician deals combat damage to a player, you may put an artifact card with mana value less than or equal to that damage from your hand onto the battlefield. What? What? That is so good. Jesus. Holy shit. Whoa. Wowie zowie. That's highly sick. Oh my god. Dude, because you can just, like, gack out a bunch of artifacts. That's so sick. Zedeman Gaming just gifted 5. I'm at your whims, Zedeman. I'm at your whims. Says, I have to take my daughter to basketball practice. If I get 5 subs, can you go ahead and rate Mirror Box as the greatest card ever? What color is Mirror Box? How do I get access to a Mirror Box? You know what? Let's go. Mirror Box MTG. Can I maybe, like, open it up like this? What is this thing? Oh my god. Alright. Mirror Box. The legend rule doesn't apply to permanents you control. Each legendary creature you control gets +1/+1. Each non-token creature you control gets +1/+1 for each other creature you control with the same name as that creature. You're actually correct. This card's fucking kick-ass, man. Are you kidding me? My 1/1 tokens are gonna be so sick. Oh my god, I'm gonna summon so many Teferis. You're not gonna be able to cast instant or sorceries on your turn 4 times. Oh. Oh, it's the shrine jank. Yeah, there's legendary shrines. You're fucking right, Zedeman Gaming, man. I hope your daughter's going to basketball practice. I can't remember what it was that she's doing. Is she like, she's doing blacksmithing? She's like building horseshoes or some shit? Man, I hope your daughter has a great time building horseshoes. Mirror Box is the greatest card. We're definitely going to give that one an early 5. We're doing some dumb shit with the shrines. It's going to be so sick, man. Oh my god. Oh, We only read it briefly. We'll need to go more deeply. But Covert Technician I actually think is a legit strong contender for being a base card in some sort of blue artifact deck. A lot of the blue artifact decks kind of like shoot a bunch of cards out of the hand really fast. So I'd give this a 1 in Constructed. It needs a lot of help, but Ninjutsuing for 2, having a 2/4 on the battlefield like that early, very, very good. Very, very good. Discover the impossible. That's what I do in my deck building. 2 and a blue, look at the top 5 cards of your library. Exile one of them face down and put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. You may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost if it's an instant spell with mana value 2 or less. If you don't, put that card in your hand. Okay, so you can instant speed, look at the top 5, exile an instant, cast it for free, or just put it in your hand. I mean, this is beautiful. This is someone on a lake going this way, and there's some creatures here to show us that just under the water is some stingrays, and well below that is a city. That's so good. That's really fucking good. So this is good for finding what you need, and also really good for like digging 5 cards deep to find a counter and countering with it. Yeah, this actually could be good. Actually be good. Disruption Protocol, the blend of geometry and painterly style is, it's so good. Blue was an additional cost to cast the spell. Tap an untapped artifact you control or pay 1. Counter target spell. 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. Excellent fucking card. Excellent. If there's one thing that you should have taken from playing Standard in the last 3 years, 3 mana counter spells with upside, fantastic. Fantastic. Disruption Protocol is a 3 mana counterspell with upside. You have artifact creature, clue, treasure, whatever. Tap that, bam, counter. I mean, that's excellent. That is an excellent little card. I mean, clear enabler for potential blue artifact shenaniganry. Oh, it's so good. Essence Capture. Fuck yeah, love Essence Capture. Counter target creature spell. Make my shit huge. A mono blue artifact list with an Essence Capture. So good. I actually think that this is another nice potential enabler. Oh, the art is so good. The art in this set is like some of my favorite I've seen ever in any set. So good. Oh, it's so good. Jesus. Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. Essence Capture is constructed, playable, limited. This is always a bit of a fringy card. Like you're happy to have like 1 in your limited deck. You're quite happy to have that because there's a lot of creatures that get cast in limited. Can potentially have upside, but you don't want to top deck an Essence Capture. You know, the usual same sort of things. Oh my god, my nose is so covered. Excuse me. So covered in cat hair. But I love my cats, so it's okay. Futurist Operative, 3 and a blue for a 3/4. As long as Futurist Operative is tapped, it's a human citizen. Base power and toughness, 1/1, and can't be blocked. You can pay it on tap. Oh, fuck, that's so cute. So on the defense, Futurist Operative is a 3/4. On the offense, it's a 1/1. Can't block them, just a 1/1. It's like no big deal, I'm an operative. But you can untap me and I can swing in with my full might. So good. Also very, very nice for ninjutsu. Swing with a 1/1 and then play the scarier thing down, swap it, smash and replay it. So good. Oh, yeah, this is a limited card. Trash and way too expensive. Give me that lint roller. Oh, yeah, that's right. I did find my lint roller. It was moved. I did some cleaning back here. Oh. You just notice the invisibility cloak? Yeah, no, isn't that... for you who don't know what's being talked about, you see how here you can actually see through it? This is a cloak of invisibility. So this is why it looks like a 1/1. Human citizen. See? Because it's making it invisible. See? It's fucking sick. Yeah. Futurist Sentinel. 3. Oh my god, 3 in a blue. I'm not even talking about these fucking cards, frankly, because 90% of them are limited dregs. But the art is just gorgeous. I mean, look at this shit. Future Sentinel, 3 in a blue. Crew 3, it's a 6/6. Fuck yes. Crew 3, that's it? Oh, I mean, 4 mana is a lot for an aggressive list in Constructed, but I mean, for Limited, this is perfect. This is so good. Goshen Tai of Lost Wisdom, 1 and a blue for this beautiful art. Good lord, legendary enchantment creature shrine. Beginning of your end step, you may pay 1. When you do, target player mills X cards, where X is the number of shrines you control. Get out of here. I don't care. 0, bad, really bad. I don't believe in mill anymore. I don't need this. I don't need this ruined crab wannabe. Get out of here. No, no, no. God, that might actually be legitimate, right? You just go crab into Goshen Tai. Tasha's hideous laughter. God. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Yeah, it's just, I don't care. It's like, whatever. I mean, it blocks the air. That's pretty cool, a 0/4. I mean, it actually might have some legs. 0, I hate this card. No, get out of here. I don't want to see no stupid Goshen Tai Millin shenaniganry. Bubblegum Guy says, why does Wizards still push mill when it sucks? Because it doesn't suck. I hate to say it, we have to be honest with ourselves about that. It doesn't suck. It doesn't suck. For every single... That's the thing. That's the thing. That is like the lesson that you learn from Magic. That's the lesson that you learn. You don't want mechanics that everyone thinks is fair. You want mechanics that these people think is awesome and those people think is bullshit. And then another mechanic where those people think it's awesome and these people think it's bullshit. That's what you want. That's what you want. So good. Yeah, I'm not... I still think this is like not as good of a mill card because it needs to live and they need to pay. And then you're going to have shrines, and shrines are not exactly attuned to... milling. Hey, it's No Bounces. Mill is extremely strong and limited since decks are only 40 cards. I would hedge that statement a bit and say that there are fewer cards in limited, which means an individual mill action is therefore more impactful in limited. But in constructed, you can have every single card be focused on milling, and in limited, you don't have that assurance. So I actually think that mill is overall substantially weaker in limited compared to constructed, unless there's some way to get frequent mill cards, which was the case in Eldraine, and that was horrid. Zeku says you have one shrine that makes a bunch of flying blockers and one shrine that mills them so far. How's that not good? Because they're creatures. They're not enchantments. They're creatures. I know it says legendary enchantment creature, but notably they're creatures. So you just shoot them. And then, it's fine. So it's like, hey, there's a 3/3 that whenever it deals damage, it draws a card. How's that not broken? Oh, you just kill it. That's why. So this is what's making these really... Zeku says, oh, fuck. Yeah. This actually is an easy thing to overlook because shrines, since the dawn of time, have been enchantments, and that's it. But these are enchantment creatures. So, Guardians of Oboro. This is a collection of people that hate the clarinet players. They hate the flute players. They are the one true woodwind instrument. And they all live on Oboro. God, that joke was like not even a joke. That's just fucking word association at that point. And frankly, I knocked my controller over, so it made a big tumble and ruined my timing. Oboro. Do they hate bassoons? Maybe. Far Faraway Robot says, can I unsub? I hate to say it, Faraway Robot, but you're never getting your fucking money back from me. Yes. Yes, Day 9 the money glutton. Nom, 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 nom. Guardians of Oboro, 2 and a blue for a 3/4 defender. Modified creatures you control can attack as though they didn't have defender. Equipment, auras you control, encounters, or modifications. Modified. That's limited, for sure, but that's still very interesting limited. Equipment, auras, counters. That's nice. That's really nice. It's really nice. Modified is a great keyword. That's what I'm analyzing for this. Modified is a 5 out of 5 keyword. Big thumbs up from me. Inventive iteration. Well, different from the expressive iteration. 3 and a blue. Return up to 1 target creature planeswalker to its owner's hand. For 4, return an artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. If you can't, draw a card. Exile this and it becomes a 3/3. Whenever you cast a spell, your opponents can't cast spells with the same mana value as that spell until your end turn. Until your next turn. Is that a triggered ability? So if, for instance, I cast a 3 mana spell, does that effect go onto the stack? Like, oh. Because, like, okay, so here's what I'm imagining. This thing is out, I cast a 3 mana creature, and then my opponent's going to cast a 3 mana counter spell. Does the thing go on the stack, or is it just a state-based thing? I think it's state-based, so once I've cast it, immediately you can't. Oh, it is a triggered ability. Okay. Okay, so it's a triggered ability. So what happens is, I cast the 3 mana spell, and then onto the stack goes the statement, whenever you cast a spell, your opponents can't cast spells with the same mana value as that spell until your next turn. So then if they counter, the counter spell targets this, then the 3 mana thing resolves. Yeah. 0 out of 5 trash, are you fucking kidding me? Who plays Magic for counting? Not a chance. Living Breakthrough, not a chance. No, this is just some folded paper. It's not a breakthrough. You just folded it. No, 0. This is so good. Or this is so bad. This is so bad. 4 mana to bounce the thing and like draw a card and then make a thing that like makes things start. No, boo, 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 boo. Boo, 0. It's just way too many words and too much complexity and we don't like it. We had to think 0 out of 5. Ooh. 1, blue, 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 blue. Gain control of target artifact or creature, untap it. Ooh. Oh, yes. Very good. Delicious. This is awesome. The art is beautiful. This is, I don't know what it is, but like curvy stuff, dude. Curvy stuff. Like, here's the thing. Like, if you give me the letter K with, like, straight lines, you know, it's, like, it's not sexy. But if, like, you just curve it a little bit, like this. Like, I mean, it's hard to get the curves, like, really good because I'm, like, a mouse user. But, like, it just immediately gets some personality. You know what I mean? This is why the S in my name, I don't do like Sean like this. And again, I am mouse usering, huh? Whoa! I do an S like that, man. And then I add some curves. Looks really bad here. Who gives a shit, man? Sean. Yeah, fucking swirly curvies, man. Yeah, I think this is the S, right? This is the shit right here when you S. And then P for Sean. Oh, look at this curve. Look at this curve gaming right here. This is this. Gain control target artifact or creature, untap it. Great limited card. Great. Forlornian says screenshot for when I steal your credit card. sign differently for that. For Lornian, I would not be so foolish as to sign my... Sean, can I get your autograph? I'm like, here's my bank account information. I'm a gamer, man. I'm a gamer. You forget. Look at all these little swirly whirlies. This is typically a trash effect and constructed because the 4 blue, and this is like really pricey. Jin-Gitaxias, Progress Tyrant. Oh my god. Phyrexian art. Dude, new Phyrexia. Actually, just Phyrexia in general. Oh my god, Phyrexia is the shit. Phyrexia, I love the aesthetic. I love the art. It's just this sweet horror vibe. It's very Bekshinsky. It's so good. 5 and a pair of blues for a 5/5. Whenever you cast an artifact, instant, sorcery spell, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. This ability triggers only once each turn. Eat your heart out, Lear. Whenever an opponent casts an artifact, instant, or sorcery spell, counter that spell. This ability triggers only once each turn. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. This is it. This is the card. This is it. Dude, give me a Jin-Gitaxias control list. Dude, Lear can go suck it. Lear sucks. Lear's a big trash card. Whole graveyard's getting exiled when Neo drops. Like, get out of here, man. Get out of here with your Lear decks. Jin-Gitaxias is where it's at. Dude, I'm going to be such a Progress Tyrant. Tyrants in a pants. Dine Online says, but would you run this over Hullbreaker? Well, Seed Occupy just gifted us 5 subs. Let's find out. Tell us. Seed Occupied. Culture Con says, what happened to hating blue? I still hate it, but, you know, a bit of a pervert. I like to run these cards and be like, I'm such a worm. Hey, Seed Occupied, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. You don't even want me to re-rate. That's a wonderful thing. This is my kind of bribe. You're just giving me the 5 gifted subs to support our wonderful community and just to, you know, curry favor for a future date where you ask a favor. This is how the keys to power work. So this card is just terrific. It's just great. The problem, of course, is that it's 7, so you have to find a way to time when this lands on the battlefield. But anytime you see a 7-mana thing, Reanimation's a really good option. Reanimation! Oh, dude, that's like so good. Because if you can reanimate on like a turn 5, they don't even have enough. Oh, Seed Occupied says, I want this Yu-Gi-Oh'd and then 0 out of 5 in that world. Okay. Oh. All right. Let's review the card Jin-Gitaxias, Progressive Tarantula, the newly dropped Phyrexian Praetor Tuner Sphincter monster in the new Yu-Gi-Oh set. It doesn't have a mana cost because this game is not a card game. And let's read the text on the Yu-Gi-Oh card, Jin-Gitaxias, Progressive Tyrant. Yeah. So you're wondering, first of all, what's a Sphincter monster? It's a new kind of thing called the Sphincter Summon, which is if at any point in the game you behave like a total asshole, you can summon this creature, okay? So basically this happens on turn 1 in all Yu-Gi-Oh decks. So the Yu-Gi-Oh card, Jin-Gitaxias, Progressive Tarantula, reads, whenever you play any card that could or could not be an artifact or an instant card or a sorcery spell, or if it is or isn't Xyz summoned, special summoned, or pendulum summoned, you may create an additional copy that says the same things as the words on the originally copied cards, and you can do it again only if the chains that are being summoned on your screen permit the ability for you to do that. This ability triggers only once per turn, parentheses, and then this is where we actually get into the first section of the appendix. In Magic, it says a copy of permanent spell becomes a token. There's no such thing as a permanent. There's no such thing as a spell. There's no such thing as a token. There's no such thing as a copy in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because in case you guys didn't know this, Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, Revan of Dawn says, I'm lost. Here's the joke, Revan of Dawn. Let me explain the joke. In Yu-Gi-Oh!, there's no keywords. They didn't keywordify things. They just write it all down. So there's no, like, lifelink. It literally says, when this creature deals damage, heal the player for the amount of damage that this card dealt. And that's written out the whole fucking time, man. Oh, Jin-Gitaxias. So, yeah, you know, and here's the thing. Seat occupied. Why is this a 0 out of 5? Because it's worse than Hullbreaker Horror. There it is. It's a worse Hullbreaker Horror. It's a mythic that's a worse Hullbreaker Horror. But I'd rather have this. This doesn't cast at flash speed. Hullbreaker Horror casts at flash speed. And that's all you need. Flash speed, instant speed stuff, way better than slow sorcery speed progress tyrants. Culture Con says now re-rated as a 5 out of 5, please. Oh my god, Jin-Gitaxias is fucking hot. Oh my god, do you play this? On turn 7. You don't even care if you run into a counter spell. You got 4 more in the deck because you're cheating. Oh my god, it's so sick. You just keep playing Jin-Gitaxias until one of them lands, and then it's like you don't even have to figure out what your opponent's doing. You just automatically counter it. It's so good. Like, this card is the reason why people play tower defense games instead of fucking RTS games. It just counters all by itself and copies all by itself. This is the shit. I love it. Kairi, the Swirling Sky. 4 and a pair of blues. Legendary Dragon Spirit. That's a 6/6 flying ward 3. Oh, yes. When Kairi, the Swirling Sky, dies, choose one. Return any number of target non-land permanents with total mana value 6 or less to their owner's hand. Nice. Mill 6 cards and return up to 2 instant or sorcery cards from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, shit. I think this card might be a 0. Why, on turn 6, cast this? We're not going to wait till turn 7 and cast this. I mean, it's when it dies. Yeah, I think this is 0. I think it's 0 out of 5 in Constructed. I just can't see it being good. I can't see it being good at all. All one word says, at least if it dies, it kills all tokens. If you're against the token deck, they just wouldn't kill us. They just attack and you only have 1 blocker. Flying ward 3, why would I want this? When I could just play fucking Jin-Gitaxias. Yeah, 0. 0 out of 10. Now this is a limited bomb. It's really hard to kill, and when it dies, it lets you get instants and sorceries back to your hand. And occasionally this will trigger. Yeah, it's a 5 in limited. That's great. March of the Swirling Mists. X blue. As an additional cost to cast a spell, you may exile any number of blue cards from your hand. Up to X target creatures phase out. Each one phases in before its controller untaps during their next untap step. Hey, Marsha Socks, coming in the card review stream to say thanks for the years of mostly walking videos on YouTube. Been watching them so much the last couple of months, and they're so silly. Hell yeah. Welcome, Marsha Socks. And yes, mostly walking is far better than the content that I'm doing right now. March of the Swirling Mists seems kind of like a tech card in a blue list where there's a lot of deal damage and draw. At end of turn, you exile a blue card from the hand. You phase out 2 creatures. You swing in, you draw, you draw. I'd give this a 2 in limit or in Constructed. I think it's really going to be a very, very effective. Yeah, it seems like it'd be very effective in certain Constructed formats where you have like lots of draw, lots and lots and lots of draws. How would you rate the card art out of 10? Oh, the card art in this set's 10 out of 10. Culture Con, it's so fucking good. Oh my god, the art style is like so good. Do you remember when people were just like, oh my god, what if it ruins Magic? What if Magic dies in my lap when the art for Kamigawa comes out? Fuck no, man. This is some of the best shit ever. Yeah, I think this is going to be a solid card in limited, but one of those, like, have to be very careful with where, how, and why you include this kind of thing. So I would give it something like a 2 in limited, 1 or 2 in Constructed. Mindlink Mech. 2 and a blue flying. When Mindlink Mech becomes crewed for the first time each turn, till end of turn, Mindlink Mech becomes a copy of target non-legendary creature that's crewed. Crewed it this turn, except it's 4/3. It's a vehicle artifact, and 2 additional other type, and has flying. Wow. So this is a flying 4/3. That's extremely good. Whenever Mindlink Mech becomes crewed for the first time, until end of turn, Mindlink Mech becomes a copy of target non-legendary creature, except it's 4/3, it's a vehicle artifact in addition to its other types, and it has flying. Huh. So you just copy a creature with attack triggers. And that's it. Yeah, I think you just copy creatures that have good attack triggers, like deal damage and draw a card. And I mean, I actually think that 3 mana for a 4/3 with flying is quite good. That seems quite good. Yeah, I think I'd probably give this a 4 in constructed. I mean, honestly, again, a 4/3 flyer for 3 that's really good. It's like really, 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 really good. Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, like the ninja that puts the artifacts on the play. Yeah, like this one. This one. Covert Technician. You tap this. Then it becomes a 4/3 flyer that allows you to put artifact with mana value equal or less to the damage that you dealt onto the battlefield. Yeah, that's like sick. Yeah, there's probably some sort of interesting tempo blue artifact mech thing. Maybe this is like a 2 or 3 in constructed. Limited, I still think it's very strong. Yeah, I would probably put this as a 5 in limited. Mirror Shell Crab. 5 and 2 blue. Where's your crab, Lars? Give me your clickety-clacketers. Ward 3 for a 5/7. Channel. You can pay 3 and discard Mirror Shell Crab. Counter target spell or ability, unless its controller pays 3. What? Is this like actually an incredibly good constructed card? Because like, hi, how's it going? Here you go. Yeah, I mean, this seems very good. Seems really, 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 really good. Because here's the thing. Typically, if you're in a control versus control matchup, you'll have like, I play a spell, you counter it, I counter your counter, you counter my counter to the counter. But if I just channel and discard the Mirror Shell Crab, that's an ability, that's not a spell. So it's kind of like a Dovin's Veto in a weird way. Dovin's Veto says, counter target spell, this spell can't be countered. I actually think this is really good. Just due to this ability. This is weird. This is kind of like Shark Typhoon, where there's a bunch of other hubbub, but really it's about this. And I would give this a 3 in constructed. It's really good. Basically targets anything. Yeah. This is really good. This is really, really, really good. And occasionally it gets played as a giant crab, but that's fine. Mnemonic Sphere, 1 and a blue. Sack Mnemonic Sphere, draw 2 cards. Channel, discard Mnemonic Sphere, draw a card. Huh. Okay, I'm getting the sense of some sort of weird blue. God, my eyeball hurts, man. I want to put on like an eye patch and do the rest of this show. That'll be like way easier. So this eye that's feeling a little dry and weird. Boo. All right, sacrifice the Demonic Sphere. Yeah, okay, so it feels like there's some sort of blue artifact deck that feels like it's going to be able to cheat this out. There's a lot of, like, putting cards that are artifacts from your graveyard onto the battlefield, stuff like this. So yeah, like, just as a base evaluation, paying 4 to draw 2 cards is bad. But if I have Mnemonic Sphere and I channel it to discard and draw, channel another one to discard and draw, and then play something that brings artifacts back to my hand or onto the battlefield, there you go. So I'm going to give this a 1 in Constructed. This seems like it has merit. This seems like it has real merit. Sack to draw 2, that then comes from the graveyard. Sack to draw 2, that starts to become fast or strong really, really fast. Jay Heinstein says, please explain the difference between cycling cost and channel cost. So first of all, whenever you have 2 abilities, even if they're identical, there are cards that say whenever you cycle a card, do blah. Whenever you channel a card, do blah. So right away, that is one key difference. They have different names, so they'll trigger different things. Second, in a very literal sense, cycling is you pay this much to discard and draw, and then do whatever is afterwards. So you have something that said cycling 2, and that's it. Meant that you could pay 2 to discard this card and draw a new card. Channel is literally pay the channel amount, discard this card, and then do whatever's after. You don't automatically redraw. So I could have, for instance, this crab that is pay 3, discard Mirror Shell Crab, do this. I don't draw with channel. I do draw with cycling every single time. Hence the word cycling. So Mobilizer Mech, 1 in a blue for 3/4 flyer. When Mobilizer Mech becomes crewed, up to 1 other target vehicle you control becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. Oh, so it's sort of like double crew. Ooh, yeah. It really kind of feels like they're pushing the blue mech. Dude, I actually think there's going to be a blue mech deck. Like blue mech tempo stuff. All right. Yeah, so this is as good as that deck is going to be. That's it. It is as good as that deck is going to be. Blue vehicles. And 2 for a 3/4 flyer is insane, but crew 3 is a lot. Crew 3 is a lot. Lot. Dude, I genuinely might get like an eye patch. Like I'm telling you, when so basically this eye is clear. This eye is a little blurry, so it keeps trying hard to focus. What if I just moved alarmingly close to the monitor? Maybe that'll help, huh? Just like lean really close. Put these down. Come up all intimate. Let me tell you about the cards. It's all right. Let's move on. Modern Age. Draw a card, then discard a card. Sure. T90's so big. Oh. Draw a card, then discard. Cool. Exile the Saga, and it becomes a 2/3. This actually is pretty good. This is actually pretty good. Drawing and discarding things that help you fill your bin automatically. Like, I draw and then discard Jin Gataxias in order to reanimate him later. This is going to be a really good enabler, and I love the fact that it's called the Modern Age, because there's a lot of reanimation antics that happen in Modern. So, I actually think this is going to be a fringe enabler. I'm going to give it a 0.5 out of 5 in Constructed. Limited, this seems like complete trash. Like a 2/3 flyer that gets delayed is pretty trashy. I'd give it like a 1 or a 2. Drawing and discarding, I mean, on turn 2, depending upon how aggressive this is just coming out too late. Moon Circuit Hacker. See, I like that they portray a hacker not fiddling with a circuit board, but using some sort of magic. Right? It's good. 1 in a blue ninjutsu for a 2/1. Whenever Moon Circuit Hacker deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card unless Moon Circuit Hacker entered the battlefield this turn. I see. So it's sort of like you can ninjutsu it in to draw 1 card and then it stops. Jofu says, as a coder, this is exactly what I'm like. I can tell. I see you here all the time, Jofu. You look great. You look great with your swirling handsies. With your swirling, whirling handsies. All right. Moonfolk Puzzle Maker. 2 and a blue. Flying whenever Moonfolk Puzzle Maker becomes tapped, scry 1. Seems like a limited defensive card. In limited, you can use this to crew things. And you're scrying. It's also strong defensively as it's a 1/4. Flies, blocks there. Only really seems useful in that context. Oh, goodness. I might genuinely close this eye for a little bit. I'm actually feeling like dizzy, like trying to read the whole time. But the problem is, if I'm talking to you like this, I just look strange. Stop rubbing it. Kill me, Totoro. I just told you the problem is that it's not focused. Go rinse the lens with solution. I don't have a lens in this eye. It's not because I'm like fucking with it. I'm saying that like I'm dizzy when I'm looking at things. When I close it, it helps. Yar. Yar. Oh, God. Okay, I'll just read every card like this. That'd be caused by excessive rubbing. Well, I'm not actually rubbing the eye. I'm touching the space around here. I've had eyes for a long time, you fuckers. I've had eyes for a long time. This is the problem with ever mentioning anything with your body, ever. Everyone becomes Dr. Chat. Here I come, Dr. Chat. Whoa. Day 9, you need to do this. Put ice in your eye. Like, have you ever tried pouring bleach in there? Maybe that'll bleach out the blurriness. Jesus. You guys. I can't say anything. I'm like, man, this eye's a little blurry, and it's making me a little dizzy. Day 9, here's the thing. You need, as a medical expert, you need to... No, I don't need to do any of that shit. I just need to complain like a true American. Dr. Chat, here it comes. WebMD Chat. God. I've had eyes for a long time. The problem with having this occur in the middle of a show is that I just need to deal with it. Just need to deal with it. Or I need to turn off the show. And everyone will be like, no, Day 9, no. Day 9, come back to me. Ninja Gas will hear you and support you. You might, Ninja Gas, but I know Serial GG and OK Wizard don't. All right. Yeah, I just need to go to an optometrist. Which I can't do in the middle of a show. It's very hard for me to go to an optometrist in the middle of a show. You know, it's just tough. Moon Snare Prototype. 1 blue. Tap an untapped artifact or creature you control. Huh. Channel this. The owner of target non-land permanent puts it on the top or bottom of their library. Huh. So this is either ramp or it's... what's the one with Fibblethip on it? Lost something? Fibblethip is lost in the city. What is it? Totally Lost. That's what it called. Yes, it's Totally Lost. Totally Lost wasn't that great. This doesn't seem that great. I'm going to say it's not great. It's not great. I'm going to give it like a 0. 0 out of 10. 0 out of 10. In Constructed and Limited, this card seems like super trashy. Moonsnare Specialist, 3 and a blue for a 2/2. When Moonsnare Specialist enters battlefield, return up to 1 target creature to its owner's hand. This is not that amazing. Yeah, and it seems like really trashy, very mediocre, very middly. A 2/2 for 3 that like bounces a thing is like fine. The art is super sick, yeah, but you know, it's fine. It's just fine. It's just fine. Yeah, the art in this set has just been 10 out of 10. Network Disruptor, a single blue for a 1/1. When Network Disruptor enters battlefield, tap target permanent. That's pretty good. This is going to be a key card in the blue artifact tempo deck that I think will be all over Constructed. I think this is incredible. It's tap target permanent, so I can tap one of their lands and that sort of thing. This is an incredible, incredible card for Ninjutsu. Yeah, it's just insane. This is an insane turn 1 card. Yep, there it is. 4 out of 5 in constructed. 4 out of 5 straight up. 4 out of 5. Planar Incision, 1 and blue. Exile target artifact or creature, then return to the battlefield under its owner's control. +1/+1 counter on it. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, I love the Phyrexian look. Well, I mean, it's Jin Gataxi, so there you go. Exile target artifact or creature. Return to the battlefield under its owner's control. Yeah. This is like a good defensive card. It's kind of the blue way of saving a creature / getting around removal, you know. Also, +1/+1 counter helps it be more crewable. It still sucks. It's probably just a limited card. Yeah, it's eh. Bouncing an artifact, that's kind of interesting. But it's hard for me to see outside of Fringe. Uses Prosperous Thief, 2 and a blue for ninjutsu 2. Whenever one or more ninja or rogue creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. Oh my god. It's a Ramp Thief. And the Ramp Thief is in cyberspace stealing fishies. Stealing the fishies. Dude, I just think like it's so clever what they're doing with the art. Where they are taking sci-fi tropes, like, you know, the looming city background and the lights, and they're implementing it in a fantasy way. Like, these are, like, traditional / non-futuristic architecture. And then they just light it in a futuristic way. Or they call this person a hacker, and they're just doing something with magic to, like, break past runes, something like this. This is so awesome. It's so clever. Because, I mean, there is that worry of, like, for instance, with this, these types of lines, these hard lines with, like, right angles, these are typically, you know, seen in things like Tron or in circuit boards, things like that. It's reminiscent of that. But this isn't a circuit board. This isn't cyberspace. This is real physical space. So I just think it's, like, brilliant. The reality chip. Oh, yeah, I've seen this card. 1 in a blue for a legendary artifact creature equipment jellyfish. It's the reality chip. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. This eye is so dry. I'm gonna cry. You look at the top card of your library anytime. As long as reality chip is attached to a creature, you may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. Huh. Crying would help with the dry eye. Oh god, I think this card is only okay. Yeah, I mean, that's quite good. A 0/4 for 2 is good defensively. You can reconfigure it, and then you can start drawing and going deep. This seems like a limited, absolute mega Mondo Bomb. Because it's basically like a form of extra super card draw. It doesn't seem like it would ever be good in limited, or excuse me, ever be good in constructed, just due to the fact that it requires so much mana to activate. Like, you need to pay it for 2 and then reconfigure for 3, and then you need the mana available to draw and cast. Then if they kill that spell, you need to pay another 3, and so on and so on. Yeah, I think this is 5 in limited, 0 in constructed, and it's very clean. Reality Heist. Oh, yeah. Yeah, again, like, breaking through runes and having, like, looks that are generally associated with, like, futuristic stuff. It's amazing. Oh, it's so good. 5 and 2 blue. I like expensive spells. Spell costs 1 less to cast for each artifact you control. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may reveal up to 2 artifact cards from among them and put them in your hand. Trash. Right? Like, really bad? Like, really, 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 really bad? So I control 4 artifacts. This thing still costs 3. And then I just put 2 into my hand. I think it's zeros across the board. Are you kidding me? Since when do I ever have 7 mana? When do I ever have 7 mana in Constructed? or limited. Like, huh? Well, what if I have a bunch of artifacts? All right, 5 mana to do nothing. Just give me divination. Just give me divination. Replication specialist. 4 and a blue for a 3/4 flyer. Whenever a non-token artifact enters a battlefield under your control, you may pay that much if you do create a token that's a copy of the artifact. Super limited. Super duper limited. Super duper limited. I mean, 5 mana for an effect that will probably cost you 5 or 6 or 7 mana. Yeah, there's always like a 5 mana 3/4 blue card that like gets something out of your graveyard or this sort of thing. This thing seems like fine. It's like a 3 limited, and that's it. That's it. Saiba Trespassers. 4 and a blue. It's for a 3/5, sure. You can pay 4 to discard, tap up to 2 target creatures you don't control. Those creatures don't untap during their controller's next untap step. Great limited. Great. I'm going to give it a 4. I'm going to give it a solid 4. I mean, I think that's terrific. That's terrific, man. I mean, it's just really good. This is an excellent card. The fact that you have the flexibility to pay 4 to tap and deal a bunch of damage, and then if you don't want to, you do this. Oh, I think it's great. Maybe this is more like a 3 in limited. There's been a lot of good channel type cards in limited. All right, 1 in a blue, flash, gets -3/-0, loses flying. Yep, this is the blue combat trick. Seems fine. It's a limited card. Nothing notable here. Sky Swimmer Koi. Oh my god, look at this. Look. 3 in a blue for a 3/3 flyer. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Super dreg, mediocre, 4 mana, 3/3 limited stuff. It's fine. It's fine. It's like whatever. It's like bath. It's like, nah. That's fine. We need them in limited. Spell Pierce. Nah, I think Spell Pierce is going to be a bad card. I think Spell Pierce is like one of the worst cards I've ever seen. Yeah, I actually can't imagine 1 blue ever being good for anything. LOL. Spell Pierce, for any of you that didn't know, is one of the classic, excellent cards in mono blue tempo. Oh, it's so great. You can have the single blue up each turn, and if your opponent tries to kill one of your creatures, you Spell Pierce it. Establishing early control with things like Spell Pierce to let you draw cards, get that tempo edge, and then start doing proper counter spells is love it. It's a little weaker in limited because you're not trying to do stuff with small amounts of mana in limited. You know, where you're trying to just like get a huge edge in and you have the 1 mana up to critically stop the spell on the 1 key turn. Clockwork Elisa's gifts us 10 subs and doesn't even want me to re-rate anything. Just as traditional start of DK30 gifts. Hell yeah. Hey, is everyone doing DK30? I'm going to be baking some chicken tonight. Feeling excited about my chicken bacon. Not bacon, but baking. Making some chicken. It's going to be good. Chunky Platypus says, hello, chat. My favorite Yu-Gi-Oh streamer. I know, I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh gamer. I am Yu-Gi-Oh-ing it up. All right, suit up. 2 in a blue. Until end of turn, target creature or vehicle becomes an artifact creature with base power and toughness 4/5. Draw a card. Jesus. I mean, this is like a 4 in limited. This is a bomb card in limited. Because basically, it's a combat trick that lets me kill one of your creatures. You attack, I make my guy a 4/5. It's a creature or a vehicle. So it's kind of like, there's those common combat tricks like, Titanic Growth. Pay 2, give a creature +4/+4. It's great. And those are good just as a kill your creature, my creature stays alive. I traded the buff card for your creature card. That sort of thing. But this is trade the buff card for your creature card and I draw a card. I think this is like a really common 2-for-1 card. Runs some risks, but I think it's deal withable. Oh my god, look at this art. Tameshi, Reality Architect. 2 and a blue, whenever one or more non-creature... Oh my god, look at the art. It's incredible. 3 mana, 2/3. Legendary Moonfolk Wizard. Whenever one or more non-creature permanents are returned to hand, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. That's fine. X and white. Return a land you control to its owner's hand. Return target artifact or enchantment card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery. That seems very good. How do you make this one work, you think? There's got to be something here. Obviously, it's saying blue-white is where I live. I don't know if this fits in a tempo deck, or whether this fits in a more control-y artifact deck. I don't know. There's something here. Tameshi should be somewhere. Oh yeah, Commander, this one's going to be like really insane. And also there's probably some older lists that run a bunch of artifacts that are 0 and 1 mana, so you're just like constantly looking for amazing ways to draw stuff. But for standard, maybe not. But yeah, this has got to do something in some constructed format somewhere, right? Ooh, that's some good stuff. In limited, this has got to be a bomb. This absolutely has to be a bomb. Because whenever one or more non-creature permanents are returned to hand, draw a card. And then you can just do this to draw a card, and you're getting your stuff back. It's incredible. Camio's Completion. Why is it spelled completion? Is that a word? No. What? When you get assimilated by Phyrexians. Oh. Phyrexian eyes. Shiba Tamio Phyrexatron. 3 and a blue. Enchant artifact creature or planeswalker. When Tamio's Phyrexatronation enters the battlefield, tap enchanted creature. If it's an equipment, unattach it, sure. Enchanted permanent loses all abilities and doesn't untap during its controller's untap steps. This is a mega lockdown. Sure, usual limited kind of stuff. Very sweet implications from the artery. Tezzeret, Betrayer of Flesh. Oh yeah, Tezzeret's just like, I'm here for the artifacts. 2 and a pair of blues. The first activated ability of an artifact. Each turn costs 2 less to activate. I think Crew is not an activated ability. Right? It's a cost. Maybe it is. I don't actually know how to nuance finagle that. Yeah, because I think this too, with the circle, is specifically mana. Yeah, crew is a activated ability, but it doesn't cost mana. That makes sense. So all the equip costs, things like this, cost 2 less. So draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard an artifact. Great. Target artifact becomes an artifact creature. If it isn't a vehicle, it has base power and toughness 4/4. Ah, so it'd be sort of like an artifact control, damager, or card drawer thing. When you get an emblem with whenever an artifact you control becomes tapped, draw a card. Ooh. Oh. And by the way, note, target artifact becomes an artifact creature, period. Not until end of turn. Is just period. This seems very good. Seems like a 5. Just seems like a clean, simple Flive. It's like a Flive. Seems like a 5 to me. In constructed, I think it's probably a 5. There's enough artifacts and vehicles that I think that this is relevant. And drawing and discarding seems... maybe it's more like a 4 in limited, but this seems very, very good. Blood tokens, treasures. Yeah, this is a bomb one. Thirst for knowledge. Draw 3 cards and discard 2 cards unless you discard an artifact. Well known. This is a good card. This is just a really good card. It depends on how control-y the blue artifact lists are. It feels very tempo-y, but maybe you want to run some of these. Very solid. Yeah, this just seems like it's going to be a staple in limited and constructed. Uncommon. Seems great. Oh, the art is so good. The art is so good. This is my reveal. I loved the art on this first time I saw it. It's so good. Look at this. Look at the quality. Thousand Face Shadow. It's a blue. Ninjutsu, 2 and a pair of blues. Seems very pricey, huh? This is also going to be another one of the really big enablers, I think, for mono blue tempo. Because, like, where's our 1-1 pal? This one, Network Disruptor. Flying 1-1. Run some of these puppies. Thousand Face Shadows. 1-1 flyer. When Thousand Face Shadow enters a battlefield from your hand, if it's attacking, create a token that's a copy of another target attacking creature. The token enters the battlefield tapped and attacking. So you can play this early as a way to ninjutsu things on top of it, or you can wait till later, maybe do some other turn 1, 2, and 3 plays. Ninjutsu in this, copy the other thing, and just do a huge burst of damage. McIntyre says, review the person who spoiled this card. It's the most handsome, talented, powerful, thoughtful, flexing, brilliant, mindful, sincere, considerate Magic the Gathering content creator of all time. It's me. Humble. Not arrogant, not vain. Shadowcast TV just gifted 5 subs. 5 subs. Thanks for the 5 subs, Shadowcast. Gifting 5 on our Happy Tuesday. Happy card review day to you. That's so great. Yeah, this card I think is a 5 out of 5 in construction. I think it's great. I think it's superb. I think that it is solid in limited. Not bomb, but probably a bomb. Yeah, maybe a 5. Blaze of Fire says, oh, gifted 10 subs, you better not. Blaze of Fire, you better not. Now, re-rate the person who rated this card as 0 out of 10. Okay. Oh, God. I'd have to give the person that revealed this card a 0 out of 10. He hasn't been winning a lot in his games lately. Both on stream and off stream. He got me excited he'd play Yu-Gi-Oh! For 2 days in a row. He only did 1. You can't trust him very much, can you? He's put on some weight in lockdown, and I have to look at him all day. I don't like that. He's been rating cards humorously instead of sincerely. How am I supposed to even understand anymore? Blaze of Fire is sitting there going, this is fucking awesome. Blaze of Fire is just like, gifts 10 more. Now rated a -1 out of 10. Tickler Fitz says, rate him a 10 out of 5. I'm better than you are in all ways. I think faster, better thoughts. I'm better at games than you. I'm definitely hotter than you are. Let's not make that mistake. Well, I dress well. Definitely better than you do. Isn't that funny? Everyone's just like, whoa, Jesus Christ. Go back to a 0 out of 5. So you can't win. You can't win. You can't win. You can't win here. For Lauren, that's just your usual rating. You know what? You know, Tickler Fitz? I will give myself the most powerful rating. Most powerful rating of all. Tickler Fits took me a long time to get to the state to be able to say to you the following. I actually like myself. I didn't used to. Many periods of my life where I'm like, God, I hate myself. I'm just so shitty. Oh, why can't I be successful at the thing that I just recently have failed at, ignoring anything else that I've done well in my life? Took some therapy, took some supportive friends, took effort. Took time, not doing anything but just trying to be appreciative. I think I like myself now. Happy with what I'm able to do. And I know I'm not able to do infinitely many things, but I'm happy about that. Joe Monkey subs for 86 months in a row and says, give it an 86 out of 5. This card's really good. Happy 86 months. I couldn't figure out something clever. So happy 86, Joe Monkey. Hell yeah. Grima77 gifting us 5. Oh yeah, Grima. Good to see you again. Another 5 sneaking on in there. Grima says, rate the next card like Artosis losing against Protoss. Rate the next card like Artosis losing against Protoss. You got it. Oh my god. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Another removal. Oh, sure. Let's begin the review of Black with the removal spell. Who thought that Black needed more removal spells? Why don't you take your thoughts about why this is a good card, write it down in your journal, and set it on fire, because that's how useful your thoughts are. We've done white, we've done blue, now it's time to do black and then red, and afterwards green and multicolored, and then finally artifacts and lands, baby. Let's look at Assassin's Ink. Spell costs 1 less to cast if you control an artifact, 1 less to cast if you control an enchantment. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Worse than Doomblade. You know what? I'm just going to give this removal spell a 0 in constructed. I'm doing it. I'm giving it a 0. 0 in constructed. Quote me on that. This is not a constructed card. We have black removal. We already have it. And you know how much it costs? 2. Costs 2. 3, every once in a while. And we get exile. Get out of here. Fine and draft. You'll have enchantments, you'll have artifacts. It'll occasionally be cheaper. But frankly, instant speed 4 destroy unlimited is 5. Biting Palm Ninja. What? 2 and a black for this? Oh yeah, give me a high 5. Biting Palm Ninja enters the battlefield with a menace counter on it. Whenever Biting Palm Ninja deals combat damage to a player, you may remove a menace counter from it. When you do that, player reveals their hand and you choose a non-land card from it. Exile that card. Oh, 5. Oh my god, 5. Yo. 5? Come on. You can even proliferate to get 2 menace counters on it and keep removing them. Oh, shit, yeah. Super mega gigabaum. Shadowcast, isn't this bad rules text? Shouldn't be if you do. Let's see. I don't know. I don't fucking have an idea. I mean, it seems fine in terms of rules text, but this is great. This is really, really great. I mean, the reason I like this card a lot is that, first of all, 3/3 with Menace for dealing little damage allows you to see the hand, remove... Actually, I'm taking it back a little bit. I'll give it a 4. I'm going to give it a 4 and a 4 in both. There's sometimes a little bit of trickiness because of this 3 cost, what can be out at the time. But, I mean, it seems like it'll be pretty consistent for being able to deal damage, remove the menace counter, exile, attack again, ninjutsu, return it, bring it back. Yeah, I think this could be very, very good. This could be very, very good. Blade of the Oni. Oh, yeah. 1 and a black for a menace. Artifact creature equipment demon. What? Equipped creature has base power and toughness 5/5, has menace, and is a black demon in addition to its other color types. Huh. Yeah, I think this is really good. I think a 3/1 for 2 with menace is pretty good. And then you can equip it on things and make them 5/5s with menaces. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Can only reconfigure as a sorcery. Oh, It's a bomb and limited. I'm gonna actually try to go eye patch mode for a little bit here. I'm gonna try to go eye patch mode for a little bit because I don't know what it is, but my right eye is just really blurry today. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't have any eye drops, and it is really messing with me because my vision keeps like doing this, and it's just making me dizzy. This was happening yesterday, but it was like just not that big of a deal. But now that I'm like sitting here reading hundreds of lines of text, it's just getting it's so annoying. EasyBFT says, if you tried purchasing Bionic Eye and installing it on stream, that might be the issue. That might actually be the issue. Yeah, I just got to make a point to the optometrist. Fucking sucks. I don't want to look at this card anymore, so I'm just going to move on. There it is. We're just moving on. Screw this card. I think this is a limited bomb. I don't really know how to evaluate it in Constructed. Chain Flail Centipede, 2 and a black. When Chain Flail Centipede or equipped creature attacks, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn. There's always cards like this. A 4/2 is nice for dealing damage in limited. Reconfigure cheaply is nice and limited. It seems okay. Seems okay. You know, I think what we actually might do is we might finish blue, and we might finish red, and then we do the rest of the cards tomorrow. Maybe we do that. Maybe we do that. We're thinking through it. We're thinking through it. Let's check back in an hour. Let's check back in an hour. I don't like feeling sick while I'm doing broadcasts. We'll figure it out. All right. All right. Chain Flail Centipede. 2 and a black. All right. Clawing Torment. 1 black. Enchant artifact or creature. As long as enchanted permanent is a creature, it gets -1/-1 and can't block. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life. Ooh, this is like a stab wound. Dude, the number of times that I have won with a stab wound. It's incredible. It's an incredible amount of consistency, dude. Oh my god. It's nice for picking off little tiny ones. Strong and aggressive situations. Yeah, this seems really nice. This seems quite nice. Quite nice. Yeah, it seems like if you are some sort of black-red aggro, black-white aggro, you have some menace things, you have some just chip damage type stuff. Yeah, this can technically kill a 2/1, but if there's like a 2/2 that you just start making, it's slowly draining you, it can't block. Yeah, I really like this in Limited. I really like this a lot. Constructed, it's just a whole card for something that's mediocre. There's 1 black that deals 2. Debt to the Kami, 2 and a black. Target opponent exiles a creature they control, or target opponent exiles an enchantment they control. I love that every set seems to just be, boop, throwing in one of these. Just, boop, just dropping in a single one. There's some way to remove enchantment stuff. This is kind of interesting because it's an upgrade to Farrakha's Libation that was sacrifice a creature, sacrifice an enchantment. This is exile a creature, exile an enchantment. And I like how exile has been sneaking in frequency into the game. I think this is quite nice. Dockside Chef. Single black, sack an artifact or creature, draw a card. Huh. There's already the God, what is the name of it? It's the Zulaport Merchant. It's a 1/4 for 3 that you pay 2 to sack and draw a card. Skullport Merchant, not Zulaport. Where'd I get Zulaport from? Yeah, Skullport Merchant. This is like a cheaper Skullport Merchant. This seems pretty good. Because a lot of times in those Orzhov lists, you kind of really need to get to a Skullport Merchant to be able to just keep drawing, keep drawing, keep drawing. But sack an artifact or creature, draw a card. This could actually be really legit. Maybe just running 2 of them as a form of consistency. Dokuchi Shadow Walker. 4 in a pair of blacks. Oh, this is an Ogre Ninja. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's it. This is just a clumsy, clunky card. A 6-mana 5/5 that can ninjutsu for 4. It's like, it's fine. It's fine. You have to ninjutsu on an unblocked attacker. You know, it's okay. It's okay. It's alright. It's fine. Quick question on ninjutsu. If I attack and we're before the blocker step, am I allowed to ninjutsu then? Because it's an unblocked attacker. It hasn't been blocked yet. Or do you have to get to the blocker step? After block step. Boo. That's probably fair. Just like you can't cheat this out of turn earlier. Dokuchi Silencer. 1 in a black. Whenever Dokuchi Silencer deals combat damage to a player, you may discard a creature card. When you do, destroy target creature or planeswalker that player controls. I don't like that. I mean, you're probably going to need a card like this as black and limited. But even then, I don't really like it, right? You have to discard a creature to destroy a creature? Ugh. Yeah, what is this thing here? I mean, that's very Beetlejuice. That's very, very Beetlejuice. I mean, what's the deal with that? Enormous Energy Blade, 2 in a black. Equipped creature gets +4/+0. Whenever Enormous Energy Blade becomes attached... Oh, yeah. I didn't even finish this. Not good and constructed. Like, discarding a card to destroy a creature is way harder than just running a removal spell. Oh. Enormous Energy Blade. 2 black. Whenever Enormous Energy Blade becomes attached to a creature, tap that creature. Equipped creature gets +4/+0. Equip 2. I mean, that's pretty fucking hilarious. I mean, this is actually kind of good. I mean, you need a stalled board state because, like, in theory, you would attack with a creature, it trades or dies, and then you move the Enormous Energy Blade to another creature, which then gets tapped, and then next turn you attack. I mean, this is actually kind of cool, right? I'd give it like a 3 limited, right? +4/+0 recurring that's a lot of damage. And not for much mana. The problem is just having the consistent creatures to come on down. Goshentai of Hidden Cruelty. Oh my god, I love this art so much. 3 in a black for a 2/2 Death Toucher. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay 1. When you do, destroy a target creature with toughness X or less, where X is the number of shrines you control. Huh. I think think all these shrines are really bad. I think all the shrines are really bad. I mean, it's 4 mana to play this. I just don't think this is very good. I just don't think this is very good. I think it's 0. I think that most of the shrines are 0s. A 4 mana 2/2 Death Toucher? Blah. I don't know. Get out of here. Yeah. I mean, in limited, this is like a 6 out of 5, man. 6 out of 5 is insane. You got like end step, you can just kill a creature, kill a creature, kill a creature, kill a creature, kill a creature. It's just ridiculous. Captain Invictus gifts 5 subs and says, take care of yourself first and foremost, Sean. Split this tomorrow. Would you consider skimming the alt arts for the set on stream as well? Lots of Japanese artists were commissioned to do stuff, including some huge names you probably know. They're all incredible, and the basics are the best I've ever seen. If nothing else, if you could review the alt arts for, and then you list a bunch of names, that would be wonderful. Yeah, no, if they're part of this review, we can definitely do it. But I'm actually just going to immediately take my booty to the optometrist, like right at the end of Black, just straight up. Like, I actually feel incredibly dizzy and sick. I think maybe we should get some eye drops, or frankly, a change of prescription. That's just what I'm going to do. Yeah, until then, I'm going to take how I feel. Careful driving. I'm not going to drive, Twizzes. I'm not a dumbass. Guys, my vision feels blurry. Time to get in a car. All right. By the way, I'd like to once again state that I'm informing you of what's happening. I'm not requesting medical advice. I'm just clearing them. Just clearing chat. Okay. Yeah. Let's see here. Grave Lighter. 2 and a black for a 2/2 flyer. When Grave Lighter enters the battlefield, draw a card if a creature died this turn. Otherwise, each player sacrifices a creature. Huh. Let's see here. There was the... What was the old black 3/2 that when you play it, each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker? You know what I mean? What is it? Was it Plague Walker? Plague Crafter, that's what it is. Yeah, Plague Crafter. I knew it was Plague something. And that card was legit and showed up a good amount. This also has flying. I think this card's actually sick. Seems like a 3 or a 4. I mean, this actually seems like a 3 or a 4. The fact that it's doing the... It doesn't hit Planeswalkers, which Plague Crafter did do. So that stinks. You can't pick off Planeswalkers. But this lets you also draw, so... Plague Crafter had that downside of being just like a dead card. But if you have like a sacrifice deck that has things like Deadly Dispute as its form of card draw, sack a thing, draw 2, make a treasure, play a Grave Lighter, draw another one, that seems good. Oh, that's right. Plague Crafter also made an opponent discard if they had no creatures or planeswalkers. Yeah. So this I'd probably give it like a 2 in Constructed. Seems unbelievable and limited. I think this is just an easy early pickup. Seems fantastic. I love this card in limited. Yeah, I'd give it like a 4. The fact that it makes you sacrifice your own creature can kind of stink, but you know, it's just a great way to target stuff. Yeah. Hidetsugu, Devouring Chaos. 3 and a black for a 4/4 Ogre Demon. Oh, 1 black, sack creature, scry 2. 2 in red. Exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. When you exile a non-land card this way, Hidetsugu, Devouring Chaos, deals damage equal to the exiled card's mana value to any target. Whoa! That is very, 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 very extremely good and limited. Holy crap. So I can pay 3 and I'll like exile a 3 mana card and just shoot someone for 3? Jesus. Also, it says you may play that card this turn. Sometimes there will be things that say you may cast that card this turn. If you play a land, you are playing it. You're not casting the land. So this seems reasonable. Seems reasonable for getting more land out. I mean, it's just insanely good in limited. In constructed, however, this seems very slow. It's obviously very good in if it can live, but you put like some 10 mana cards in there, exile them, and shoot him in the face. That's pretty funny. Hit Itsugo with 10 mana, just shoot you in the face. Yes, it's a 5 in limited. I think I'd still probably give it like a 1 or a 0 in construct because it's so hard to have it stay alive. Ink Rise, Infiltrator. All right. I'm going to do something that I really would prefer not to do, but reading with this weird thing is annoying me sufficiently much that I'm going to stop here at the cool card number 100 and do the card review tomorrow. I'm going to finish the card review tomorrow, which I'm devastated to have to do. But not that devastated, because when my eyeballs feel bad, that's just the right choice. That's simply the correct choice. So we did the first 100 cards, and tomorrow, when we return, hope it's okay. Oh yeah, Malachi Gallant. For any of you that are concerned, I have a really strong prescription in my eyeballs. So what this means is that whenever certain things like dryness or moist air conditions, like I have minus 7.5 in this eye, for instance. So when things get a little off, I get eye strain. And I've had eye strain before. Sometimes the eye strain lasts for 3 days and then everything's fine again. But what I'm feeling is it's distracting. So that's kind of annoying. So I'm just going to go take care of it. There's an optometrist place that I can just go to, just like that. Explain to him what's up. Everything should be fine. And hopefully I'll come back tomorrow and everything's great. Great. Same time tomorrow. It'll be at 1 p.m. and we'll continue onward. As opposed to doing a 9-hour stream. I'll see you tomorrow. Sorry, everyone, but I think this is the smart thing to do. So we'll be back in a little bit. GG.